there are seeds planted. You'll never be able to gain if you never plant seeds.
Amen. Come on now.
Let me try that again. You'll never gain if you don't plant seeds. I've been pastoring, man, 10 years here. I've been pastoring 10 years. And this might not get a lot of amens, but the people who typically ask for something are people who typically don't give.
My God.
Richard. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, and it's not about money. But people who typically don't sow into something,
All right.
typically is the one that's always asking for something.
Always.
Uh-oh.
But it's not until you start giving of yourself, giving of your resources, giving of who you are, you'll never be in a place of abundance. I've never seen a farmer have a full archery of a harvest of apples without putting a seed in the ground.
My Lord.
Let me say that again. I've never seen a whole harvest, a whole orchard of trees without seeds being placed in the ground.
Come on now.
And so it's the law of things, which means that you gotta put seed in the ground. It doesn't matter how tough things are, you gotta put seed in the ground because eventually your harvest will come.
Amen.
Come here.
That's the truth.
I want everybody to be blessed today. And the Lord just hit me with this so strongly. If you want God to do abundant things for you, you gotta invest in something.
That's right. That's right.
You have to invest. You have to open your hand and drop the seed. And anything worth having is sometimes tough to do. Because if it wasn't tough to do, everybody would do it. I'm going to prove this. And it's not about money. But I've invested in things in my life. I put stuff as it relates to working towards things. And I put the time in to get to certain things. And I found that other people started falling off because it was so tough, they didn't want to continue to invest in it. But eventually I was able to get my degree. There are so many people that do not drop the seed, and seed is not just money. Seed is time. Seed is your resource. Seed is your availability. Seed is your talent. All those things got to be invested for you to start reaping a harvest on the things that you got. There's this thing called Shark Tank. And for those who may or may not know what Shark Tank is, it's for people who want to invest in you, depending upon if they are bought into what it is you're trying to do. And so typically what they would ask you, you would show up in front of them, and as you show up in front of them, they'll ask you this question, well, what is it you're trying to do? You'll display what you're trying to do, and as you display what you're trying to do, they'll say, okay, are you full-time at it? And then they'll say, well, if you're not full-time at it, I can't invest back into you because you're not investing in your own self. And so ultimately what it said is you got to learn how to put seeds in the ground for yourself, and eventually a harvest is going to come. I've challenged this. I've proven this. Lord, this is so small. But I want to tell you my testimony. Gainesville Seafood. For those who eat crabs, don't eat crabs, it's a crab shack that's on East University Road. For anybody who may, anybody know crab shack? Gainesville Seafood is?
Lake Road.
It's on Lake Road.
Lake Road.
Everybody know who that is?
Yeah.
You know who that is? It's cute.
It's the restaurant.
Lady K, you know who Gainesville Seafood is?
It's
My testimony is this. I'll go in and I would buy my wife a crab tray on Fridays.
Me too.
I started doing crab trays because she liked crabs. And as I began to go buy crab, D, I'm telling you, D, I buy my wife crab tray, and I started doing where I would pay for somebody else who was in there. And typically I would look for an older person who I can kind of help, because I believe I got to invest in somebody who paved the way for us. And literally, I started, when I can, I don't always have it, but I try as often as I can. I'll see somebody in there, and I'll pay for theirs. I'll say, just get it. And eventually, over time, the owner noticed that I was investing in people, although I may not have had it as much. I was investing in people. Now, I also talk trash to the owner, but that's beside the point. But he saw me constantly giving to somebody else. Do you not know today, because of that, I never pay full price for anything.
Wow.
I get whatever, matter of fact, they try to give me food. Because, since Trace crab trays is expensive.
They are.
They try to give me crab trays because they realize that I was unselfish, that I was willing to try to do for somebody else. Now you looking at that like it's something small, but crab trays is expensive.
They are.
And so now I never pay full price.
Come on.
Watch this. I believe this wholeheartedly. My daughter don't pay full price.
All right.
Because they attached her to who I was.
All right.
Come on. Watch this. I don't pay full price for air conditioning parties. And labor isn't as expensive. Y'all tripping, but all I'm telling you is that if you do right, God gonna bless you and your children and your children's children.